Three-Legged Dog, which features any Appice or Appice, depending on how you want to pronounce it. An album both Chris and I quite a bit.
Yeah? What are we doing here? What the fuck happened?
I'm not sure.
Oh, there we go. Now we're back. I don't know.
All right. But anyway, a great CD. I can't believe it's been over 10 years since that was released.
Yeah. I love that. I don't give a shit what these fucking faggots in the chat room are whining about.
Are they really whining about this album? Believe me, this album is kick-ass. If you download it, it's called Three-Legged Dog. It was really a kick-ass disc.
It sounds like Creed, man.
I don't think this sounds like Creed at all.
Typical 90s sounding shit, man.
Really?
Shut up.
I didn't think that at all.
It's fucking a bunch of 80s guys, you dicks.
Yeah.
It's what's his name? LeMaster or Mick Master? Not Jason. What's his name? Mick Master. Whatever his name is. The guy that was in Bonham.
Yeah.
That guy and Vinny Appice.
Sounded great.
I love it. Fuck this. Fuck the chat room. Bunch of stupid cunts.
And remember Vinny called us and he said that he was taking his band out to the movies?
Yeah, he was out with Alice Cooper at the movies.
Yeah, he was at the movies and he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go into the movie theater here in a couple of minutes, but I thought I'd call you guys.
Yeah.
How cool was that? It was just like, yeah, we're just kind of like, we're on tour, but I just thought we would go out to the movies, but I had a few minutes here, so I thought I'd call you guys.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it was. It was fun.
Yeah. But I'm going to tell you a quick story. I know I probably talked about this on the show at one point, but when Vinny was on tour with Heaven and Hell,
yeah,
which basically was Black Sabbath with without Ozzy. Vinny, I went to the show at Allstate Arena, and it was a phenomenal show. And you saw it like a week or two later. I think you were at where were you at the? Was it Nautica? I don't think it was Nautica. Was that? What was the other place that doesn't?
Tower City Amphitheater.
That's the place. And he came into the I guess the meet and greet room, I guess.
Right.
And he was just like, hey, where's Neeley? He's like yelling out, where's Neeley? And I was just like, hey man, I'm over here. And he goes, yeah, come with me, dude. And he took me out of the meet and greet room.
Right.
And we went to his private dressing room and we just kind of hung out and just kind of chit-chatted and talked and stuff. But that was fucking cool.
Yeah, it was.
He was just like, yeah, I'm not really interested in meeting anybody else here, but I'm just here to talk to you because I knew you were going to be here tonight.
Sure.
And then like a week, I don't even think it was a week later. It was like days later.
Mm-hmm.
You hooked up with Vinny.
Yeah.
And I think it was like the second go round. I didn't go to the show.
Mm-hmm.
And you met up with him and you were just like, hey man, it was really cool to meet you. Thanks for having me back. And he was just like, yeah, we were in Chicago like the other night. And I was kind of like disappointed that Neeley didn't ask me to come out to the show.
Right.
Do you remember that at all?
I do remember that. Yeah.
It was like, yeah, I was kind of like bummed out that he didn't like ask to come out to the show. And I was just kind of like looking forward to, hooking up and just like hanging out. And, I was surprised he didn't reach out and say, hey man, I want to come to the show.
These guys, they know like 3 guys in any town. So they want to come out to every show.
Of course. But then he put out that Three-Legged Dog and he interviewed with us and he was just like, yeah, I'm out here at the movie theater, with Alice Cooper and we're going to the movies and I had a couple of minutes and I thought I'd like, give
Check
you
in.
a call. You
Right.
know, it's like, wow, that's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, it was cool. Dude, speaking of cool, I chatted with his brother the other day, with Carmine.
Yeah, Carmine. Yeah.
That was like the coolest chat ever. We talked for maybe 2 minutes about this vanilla fudge thing that he's doing. It's a
Okay.
vanilla fudge doing the immigrant song, and then vanilla fudge covering the Supremes for an album. It's like, whatever, we talked like 2 minutes of that, but he just told me some killer Led Zeppelin stories
There you go.
and some killer John Bonham stories. And man, I was little kid in the fucking candy store.
Of course. Well, see, and I'm not going to try to steal your thunder at all because I've run into Carmine on a couple of occasions at NAMM, and he's out there hawking. He has a book he put out like 2 or 3 years ago, but he's still out there hawking it. And my nephew and we were at NAMM like 2 years ago, and he's got his own little booth over there where he's hawking drumsticks and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's got his like signature on it and his little logo and stuff like that. And it's like pointing out all these drumsticks and stuff.
Right.
And he was just like, yeah, I was the first one on top of the whole branding thing. And I was branding these things because he got his like handlebar mustache thing on his drumsticks. And he was just like, yeah, look at this. I was branding my drumsticks like years ago, and I like had a market on this and a whole corner on this. And, and he was explaining the whole thing to us. And it's like, this is Carmine Appice.
Right. Sure.
Explaining to us how he's branding his drumsticks.
Yep.
It's like, who are we? We're two dumb fucks walking through NAMM, but he took the time to talk to us about this.
Right.
And we were just like, holy shit, this is Carmine Appice telling us about his branding his drumsticks.
Yeah. No, he's good, man. He's definitely good. And he tells good stories. And I'm actually pretty excited for people to hear this interview because he was talking a lot about, I guess, Led Zeppelin opened for Vanilla Fudge in 1969. And Carmine was pretty influential on John Bonham's drum kit. And he tells the whole story. It was a great story. It was something I'd never heard before. I was like, wow, that's some real rock fucking history there.
Sure it is. Well, tell the biggest get from that interview.
Oh, yeah, I did get off a Carmine and the Rockers question. I definitely did throw out a Carmine and the Rockers question.
Carmine and the Rockers.
Yep.
which included, of course, Vicky Vincent.
Yeah. I just asked him a quick, what was the question? The question was, which band in your history did you think was going to be bigger than it was? Did you think it was going to be King Cobra, or did you think it was going to be Blue Murder or Carmine and the Rockers? Or I just threw Carmine and the Rockers in there.
Well, of course, you had to throw Carmine and the Rockers.
And he just glossed right over it.
Right, of course.
he probably didn't want anybody to even acknowledge that existed.
That's funny.
But yeah, great interview. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but sometime in the next month or so it'll be out. So,
and where can you find that, Chris? Where can you find that interview?
That'd be on the CMS Podcast Network, of course, cmspn.com, or any of the 900,000 podcast feeder sites.
I kind of want to promote that, that web page that you put up there because, obviously people like to go to a place where they can find stuff that's, readily available.
Mm-hmm.
So it's CMSPN or.
Mm-hmm. Yep. CMSPN Podcast Network.
Okay. CMSPN standing for podcastnetwork.com.
Correct.
And you can go over there and find the CMS as well as Shockwaves, as well as
Aftershocks.
I don't know why I can't remember Aftershocks.
Mm.
All right. So there you go. You can find 3 great podcasts all in one place.
All in one place, all for one great low price of free.
Of nothing.
Nothing at all.
It costs you nothing.
Yeah.
Because both Chris and I work our asses off every day of the week so you can get stuff for nothing.
Yeah. Shit, I had 2 free hours this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I built that fucking website.
There you go.
You know, it never stops around here.
There you are.
It's always going.
So you get free audio for nothing.
That's right.
You get the show for nothing. You get interviews for nothing.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is download it or put it on your phone or whatever.
Subscribe, follow, whatever it's supposed to be.
Exactly. It costs you nothing.
Yeah.
Because we shoulder the financial burden, whatever that is.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting to catch up.
Where's the money involved in this? How come I'm not making money from this, man?
Take it easy, Mark.
Where's the money? How come I'm not making coin, man?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's no coin to make.
Yeah, there's no.
I guess there is, but I don't.
After reading the whole Joe Rogan story.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's transphobic, man. We can't put this podcast on our network, man.
Yep, can't be.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, talking about a entity that is into making money, and as you should, it's a capitalistic system.
Mm-hmm.
LiveNation has launched a new initiative to temporarily turn venues it owns into polling sites for the 2020 elections.
Thank God. I was wondering if I could get to vote at the Agora. Now it looks like I can.
Well, you know, LiveNation, they're nonpartisan, of course. Of course. They certainly don't support anyone to the left or to the right. They're you know, pretty neutral.
Yeah, sure they are.
The concert industry giant said Wednesday that it is discussing with the local officials the feasibility of converting over 100 venues across the country.
Mm-hmm.
So far, LiveNation confirmed 4 venues.
Oh, good.
4 out of 100.
That's good.
Will serve as a polling site.
Great.
The Wiltern Theater in Hollywood, which I've been to, the Hollywood Palladium in Los Angeles,
okay,
Emos in Austin, Texas,
mm-hmm.
and Buckhead Theater in Atlanta.
Yeah.
The Fillmore in Philadelphia is also in the final stages of the vetting process.
Oh, great.
So LiveNation getting in on the quote unquote the voting process.
Well, I look forward to flying to one of these fine venues so that I can go and vote.
Well, you're not a resident of that state, my friend.
Does that really matter in this election?
No, you could just vote wherever you want to.
I can mail in 40, 50 ballots from anywhere. So what difference does it make?
Sure, why not?
Of course.
LiveNation has stepped up to the mic in providing our community safe.
Ugh.
I'm tired of that word safe.
Mm-hmm.
In-person voting experiences at 2 iconic music venues. That is LA County Register Recorder, County Clerk Dean Logan said, "It is collaborations such as this that demonstrate the spirit of community engagement and the strength of our democracy."
Next thing you know, they're going to follow this up with an announcement that at this polling place, anybody that votes will get to see Pearl Jam tonight. And anybody that votes at this place will get to see Rage Against the Machine tonight.
Right.
And guess who's going to be at this fucking shitball club? JJ French. He's going to be playing an acoustic set of Twisted Sister favorites at this club. And he'll be wearing a mask at another club, but Paul Stanley will be playing at this club, only for people that vote.
And wear a mask.
And wear a mask.
And who don't vote for Trump.
Just, well, that was kind of my point. The people that are going to go and see Pearl Jam are not going to be fucking Trump voters.
Right. The move to make the concert venues into polling places follows a similar effort spurred by the NBA players last month after the Milwaukee Bucks led a one-game strike.
One whole game.
In response to the police shooting of Jacob Blake, he deserved it, in Kenosha, as part of the deal to restart the playoffs.
Should have fired every one of them.
Yeah, fuck you, pals.
Yeah, you're fired.
Right. The league and players mandated that NBA team owner arenas must work with local election officials to turn the facilities into voting locations.
Thank God for that.
The handful of teams, including the Atlanta Hawks, Detroit Pistons, and Charlotte Hornets, had already announced their arenas would serve as polling places, and they were soon followed by the Indiana Pacers, the New York Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Orlando Magic, and San Antonio Spurs, and more.
Thank God. And since everybody's watching the NBA these days, I'm sure a lot of people cared.
Right. So when you vote in November, Chris, will you be traveling out to the Gund Arena to cast your vote?
Depends on where LeBron tells me I need to go.
Well, LeBron is the end-all, be-all when it comes to telling you where to be.
Well, that's it. So if LeBron tells me I should go to the Gund Arena, I will go there.
Of course. As part of the efforts to turn venues into polling places, LiveNation has partnered with the Nonpartisan Business Coalition, Civic Alliance, and More Than a Vote, a voting advocacy group formed this summer by LeBron James.
Oh, so it's really nonpartisan.
Yeah, it's nonpartisan because, LeBron has said that, he doesn't really he doesn't pick a side.
No, not at all.
LeBron James. How did this fucking guy become so powerful in the media and sports?
Because they all fucking suck up to him.
Why? Because he can dribble a basketball and throw dunk hoops or whatever?
I don't get it. I didn't get it his first time here. I didn't get it when he came back here. Fuck him. I've never been a fan of LeBron James. He's a fucking piece of shit as far as I'm concerned.
Again, I remember listening back in the early 2000s when he was still a kid in high school.
Yeah.
And, obviously he has talent to dunk a basketball.
He has great talent at basketball, but he's dumb as a stump. That's the problem.
But again, because he can, and I'm going to go back to the whole music thing that you made a point of the last segment, just because he wrote a good song, what makes him an expert on anything? Because he can dunk a basketball or dribble down the court, what makes him an expert at anything other than dribbling a ball?
He's an uneducated idiot.
Yeah,
is what he is, and he's getting people hurt and killed
well,
in real life.
Well, again, he went directly from high school to the NBA.
Yeah.
He's got zero life experience.
Right. None.
Zero. And he went from being a high school kid to being a well-paid NBA star.
Yeah.
So how does that make him an expert on anything?
Because he's famous.
Okay.
That's all it takes these days. You just got to be famous. Doesn't matter that you have no fucking knowledge of anything. If you're famous, you can say, and I, you know what? They're not saying it. I'll fucking say it. He should be fucking held responsible for getting those 2 cops killed.
Or shot. I don't think
shot. Yeah,
I don't
not
think
killed.
they died. The two cops in LA.
Because he's the one that made the big statement about being targeted, and then fucking somebody went out there and targeted 2 police officers. He should be fucking held accountable for that shit.
Well, I agree.
You
We
know?
can't even leave our houses without being hunted.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that how it is from your Bel Air mansion?
Well, talk to Jericho Green, who you're wearing your green gear tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jericho Green talks about his day-to-day life where he leaves his house and he isn't hunted.
Yeah, exactly.
Ridiculous.
He's
by converting the concert venues into voting locations, I guess there's no agenda there, right?
Oh.
LiveNation is creating a safe, here we go again, safe. I walk out of my house every fucking day. And granted, I am a white guy. If you see me on the CMS TV,
yeah,
I'm a white guy.
Yeah, so it looks.
But I don't feel unsafe leaving my house. And I don't think that anybody that I know in my neighborhood, and believe me, there are people of color who live within my vicinity.
Sure.
I see them waiting out the bus stop every day and so on and so forth. I don't think any of them feel unsafe by walking out the confines of their door.
Yeah. You know where I would feel unsafe? At the voting booth at the fucking Agora in Cleveland.
Right.
I would feel tremendously unsafe to go down to the Agora, to that fucking shitbag neighborhood, to vote. Wouldn't you?
I would.
I would feel unsafe there. Don't tell me about how these are safe places. Fuck you. Would you feel safe going down and parking at the fucking Quicken Loans Arena or whatever it's called now? Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse?
What do they call it these
Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Would you feel safe going down there, parking down there, being a white guy and voting?
No.
I wouldn't. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'd be going with my pistol.
All right. Well, creating a safe and convenient way for people to exercise their right to vote. You mean right to vote Democrat. That's what they're really saying.
Yeah.
Said Michael Tyler. More than a vote, EVP of Public Affairs. What is that? EVP?
Executive Vice President.
Okay. Of Public Affairs. Similar to the sports arenas, More Than a Vote has worked to convert into voting locations. Many of LiveNation's venues are located in the heart of the community where they are committed to empowering in this election and offer the same COVID protection due to their large capacity.
Great.
Because everybody's got that virus, right?
Yeah.
Remember 2 almost I guess it was almost 3 weeks ago. If it wasn't I guess it was 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it was longer. We talked about the bike rally in Sturgis, or
Okay.
yeah, and have you heard anything negative about that at all?
Heard that thousands of people are dead in the streets. That's what I heard. I heard that when you ride your motorcycle now in Sturgis, you got to weave around the dead bodies from COVID. That's what I hear is going on there now.
250,000 people attended that thing.
All dead.
Yeah.
Every one of them died. Every single one of them got COVID, Neely.
Did you hear anything about that on a negative level?
Every one of them kaput, gone. I heard Ruth Bader Ginsburg was there. Now look at her. Dead. You know who was there playing drums? Lee Kearslake.
Right.
Dead.
Yeah. He was playing an Aussie tribute band at the Sturgis bike rally.
It was called I Don't Breathe.
Right. So here it is. It's 3 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
Not a word.
No, of course not.
Not a word.
Nope.
Bunch of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So there you are. And I guess they're having one in the Ozarks. I guess there's a bike rally in the Ozarks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all like doing their bike rally thing. And they're just like, yeah, we're not fucking afraid of anything. Fuck that.
Well, and that's the way it should be. Fuck Paul Stanley and his fucking masking.
Yeah.
You don't want to, guess what, Paul? You don't want to be around it? Don't go.
Yeah.
Stay home, cocksucker.
You mean that literally or figuratively?
I'm just going by what I've heard.
All right. But I'm just saying that the Sturgis bike rally took place, I think it was almost 4 weeks ago already.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't hear a fucking thing about the backlash or the residuals of that.
Nope.
And people came from all parts of the country from that, and nothing.
They're probably just not testing and reporting, Neely.
Yeah, I know.
They're just hiding in their homes dying.
All right. I'm sure it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll talk about other faggot, restrictions.
Yes.
Here's the thing that just drives me crazy that we're so afraid.
Mm-hmm.
We're so not we, but the what do you want to call the infinite wisdom that everything's going to kill us.
Yeah.
New York is to finally enforce I hate to say this, but I'm going to ask for a drum roll. The plastic bag ban.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Really?
It's going to kill us all.
Just like to say that I am very happy for the life and welfare of porpoises and turtles that will be saved by this.
Well, I think you're old enough to remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember back in either the late 70s or the early 80s where they were talking about how infants were being suffocated because they somehow, some way, rolled into or came in contact with like a dry cleaning bag and it's suffocated them?
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was like the early 80s.
That's what I'm saying. So somehow these infants were coming in contact with plastic bags.
Right.
And they were dying due to these dry cleaning bags.
Yeah.
It's like, don't put a bag over your head. You might suffocate.
Yeah. Gee, thanks.
Well, apparently in New York, this is a problem.
Okay.
So New York has finally enforced the plastic bag ban starting on October 19th.
Oh, thank God.
So we got a month from today to somehow rid our homes of the plastic bag trash.
I can't wait to see those greasy, stained fucking paper bags with shit in it from dogs.
No, not paper bags. The plastic.
No, but you're gonna have to replace them with paper.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So now you're gonna have people collecting their dog shit with paper bags. Then you're gonna see them in the summer. They're gonna be walking, and that shit is gonna be fucking sweating in that fucking hot paper bag. It'll work its way through the bottom of the bag and fucking fall and leave a big old streak down their leg.
Right.
From walking.
Right.
It's going to become a new term in New York. Old shit leg. It's coming.
Well, I want to ask you, Chris.
All right.
You're a you served in the military.
Yeah.
You recovered from a tragic fire accident.
Right.
Are you concerned with plastic bags?
My number one fear, Neely. It's my number one fear.
Well, let me ask you something. When you lay your coconut head down on your pillow, whatever time of the day that is, whether it's 4 a.m. or
4 p.m.
7 in the morning or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Do you worry about a plastic bag somehow infiltrating your bedroom?
First thing I do before I lay down is make sure that my pillow is not still wrapped in the plastic bag, Neely.
Thank you, Mr. Lindell.
I have the my pillow.
Do you? Do you enjoy the my pillow?
Gotta say, I was a little bit skeptical of the my pillow. It's the fucking shit.
All right.
It's well worth the $60 or whatever it is for a fucking pillow. It's fantastic.
Well, I might invest in the my pillow if you endorse it. I think I might invest in it.
I absolutely endorse the my pillow. It is fantastic.
All right. So are you concerned in any way, shape, or form that somehow, some way that a plastic bag from Walmart is somehow going to infiltrate your sleeping quarters and suffocate you?
No, not at all. Come on. But that's not who we're protecting, Neely. We're protecting the environment.
Okay.
Don't you understand? We got to protect the turtles and the fish.
Sure we are.
That's what we need to do.
All right. Well, anyway, half a year after the original plastic bag ban was scheduled to go into effect, New York will finally start enforcing the policy next month, according to a letter filed in court on Friday.
So brave, so bold.
Of course it is. Weeks after the state beat back the legal challenge filed by bodega owners and plastic bag company, the Department of Environmental Conservation will start requiring stores to comply with the plastic bag prohibition on October 19th.
Thank God.
According to the letter signed by the Assistant Attorney General, Susan Taylor.
Cunt.
Last month, the ban on single-use plastic bags was upheld in the state Supreme Court. Justice Gerald Conley ruled in favor of the ban, which initially took effect back in March before the enforcement was delayed.
First of all, stop right there before I'll let you keep reading. But I may be alone in this, but I don't think I am. I don't think these bags are single use. I don't think anybody uses them as a single use. Everybody that I know has a fucking stockpile of these bags in like under a sink or something, and they use it for other purposes. Most people don't just fucking go to Walmart, fill a bag full of fucking groceries, come home and throw the bag out, do they?
Well, I personally have. I'm going to be a testament to this.
Okay.
I have a lot of extra plastic bags, which I line my garbage cans with.
Sure.
But when I get too many, when I come home from the grocery store and I have a lot of bags left over, I literally do throw them into the recycle trash can.
But on average, you recycle. You probably use a bag at least 1.5 times on average.
Maybe, yeah.
So even you don't just bring it home and throw it right away. You bring home a paper bag and you throw that away every fucking time.
Yeah, of course.
Unless you got a kid in fucking junior high and you got to wrap his books in that shit.
Does anybody even do that anymore?
I don't even know.
I mean, that was something that you and I would do. We used to, make book covers out of grocery bags.
I still did it when my kids were in school because they were telling us it was like $89 for a fucking book if you got a scratch on it.
Yeah, of course.
So I guess I made my kids look like fucking poor white trash, but I don't care.
I did it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Plus, we wrote all the graffiti on the cover of the book.
I love Stacy, heart, arrow.
Mrs. Chris Aiken.
Yeah. Exactly. Stacy Aiken. ST plus CA.
I just wanted to see how that looked on stationery, so I wrote it on my book.
Right. Right under my fucking Metallica logo and my Motley Crue symbol.
A lot of people who listen to this show have absolutely zero idea what we're talking about.
All the young people don't get it. All the fucking jackal age people, they fucking certainly get it.
Yeah. We wrapped our books in grocery bags.
Yeah.
And then we decorated it with our own graffiti.
Yeah. There was a whole magic to it. The way you cut it and the way you taped it together so it would slide on and off the book, but it wouldn't just fall off the book. There was a whole thing to it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we all knew it.
That's the first thing you did the first day of school when you got all your textbooks. You brought them home and you wrapped them in grocery bags.
That's right.
And it lasted you the whole year.
Yeah. Between that and those fucking trapper keepers with the trapper folders, you had places for graffiti for the whole school year.
Of course. God damn, I wish I could go back in time.
I know.
That was like the life.
See, now these jerk offs, they probably don't even have books. They just have a fucking iPad.
Of course. That was when life was still magical.
Yeah, just when it was good.
All right. Getting back to the article.
Yeah.
Conley, however, noted in his ruling that certain aspects of the regulations regarding thicker, reusable plastic bags contradicted the measure itself. He said it's up to the lawmakers to come up with legislation that expands a list of, drumroll please, exempted bags.
Exempted bags.
This is what our lawmakers are spending their time on. They're spending their time on whether they should legislate bags depending on how hard on their thickness.
Mayor Cuomo, I have these bags. Could you inspect them and give me an exemption to use them, please?
Right. Are they 4 millimeter or are they 5 millimeter? Are these reusable or are these just disposable? How do we regulate these? And
how long before certain individuals are exempt from following the bag rule?
Exactly.
That's next.
This is what our fucking our regulators, our legislators are busy doing.
And what about trash bags?
Was it a hefty bag or is it like an off-brand bag? I mean,
it's a very small hefty bag.
Well, if it's hefty, it automatically gets a pass because they're a tried and true, brand.
What about an extra large Ziploc bag?
No. Ziploc, they don't quite cut it, so they have to pass the standard.
So moms are going to be fucking wrapping their kid's sandwich in a paper towel,
Yeah, I think so.
tape it shut. Fantastic.
This is what our legislatures are spending their time doing.
It's fantastic.
They're legislating plastic bags.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's nothing else of any importance to be dealing with.
Well, if you hadn't already soiled your career with, doing the shows that you've done, doing this show, and you could run for, political office, whether it's a state legislature or, whatever, how would you sit there and deal with this?
Dude, I have to say, I would run a bag positive campaign. I would run on a campaign of paper bags. If I am elected governor of your state, I promise to outlaw the hefty and the Ziploc bags immediately.
Because you gotta talk about the environmental impact.
The same day as Joe Biden, my colleague, regulates everybody wearing a mask, I will regulate that you must also use a paper bag.
Yeah, but you have to talk about how the paper bag, or the plastic bag rather, impacts the environment.
Well, Neeley, in my campaign, I must tell you, we are very concerned about the turtles that come off of the beach there at Atlantic City.
There you go.
I just have to tell you, Neeley, this is a little known fact, but there are 300 turtles a year that come up dead on the seashore with straws and plastic bags on their face.
Right.
And it's a criminal thing. And without the turtles, the entire ecosystem will fail.
Right. Because it becomes an imbalance without the 300 turtles that die from plastic bag suffocation every year.
Neeley, do you realize that the temperature here in New York is up 0.18% due to dead turtles?
What does AOC have to say about this there, Senator Aiken?
AOC is with me on this cause. In fact, she is going to start by wrapping a paper bag around her head to just prove that it can't kill you. She is a true believer in the paper bag initiative, Neeley.
And you can kind of convince her to use a plastic bag around her head and perhaps cause her to expire.
Well, what I was planning to do was a demonstration. I was going to have her and a turtle at a press conference. I was going to wrap the turtle's head in a paper bag,
right,
and hers in a plastic bag,
right.
And I wanted to see how long it would take before each expired.
Exactly.
And I think that AOC would be willing to do this as somebody that cares so greatly for the environment.
Right.
If she can save one turtle, she will be doing her job.
I can get behind that. I vote for you, Senator Aiken.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your confidence in me. And let me just tell you one last thing. Hashtag Bag Lives Matter. BLM. Bag Lives Matter.
Exactly.
Thank you.
New Yorkers use a staggering, I hate to ask for this again. Another drum roll, please. 23 billion, that's a billion with a B, plastic bags each year.
Wow.
23 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Many of these bags litter our neighborhoods, parks, rivers, and ultimately are swept into the ocean.
Great.
I
mean, terrible. I'm sorry. Did I misspeak?
After the law is fully enforced, New Yorkers will see a noticeable decline in plastic bag litter in every corner of the state.
Well, no shit. If they're not going to be able to use them, of course there'll be less of them thrown in the street. You know what they're going to see? A giant increase in paper bag litter.
23 billion bags? A billion bags?
You don't think that they're going to just see fucking people throwing paper bags out their windows? People are going to be walking around fucking throwing their dog shit into a fucking lunch bag and throwing it out their fucking window. Now you're going to have fucking, not only is, at least with a plastic bag, you can clean it up.
Yeah.
You can fucking scoop it up and throw it away. A paper bag with something wet in it, it's going to disintegrate somewhat and, get all moldy and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Biodegradable.
Yeah, great. That's great if you wait 600 years for it to fucking disappear. That's not going to be too great for the fucking guy trying to pick it up and it's a soggy piece of shit.
Exactly.
You ever try to pick up a fucking newspaper that's been out in the rain all day? You goddamn need a shovel to get it up.
The law bars grocery stores and bodegas from offering thin, single-use plastic bags to its customers.
Okay.
Many counties across the state have already implemented a 5-cent fee per bag, which is meant to encourage shoppers to bring reusable bags.
Great.
So in other words, if you're going to go shop at Walmart or wherever the hell you shop, you're going to need 5 cents a bag.
But you could bring a hefty bag.
You could.
Mm-hmm.
You could. But thinking about that, 5 cents a bag.
Yeah.
Think about that. If you had 10 bags of groceries,
my God, 50.
That'd be 50 cents.
Yeah.
I would be throwing them out in the parking lot.
Fuck yeah.
I would just go, I got 50 cents. I'm going to, destroy the environmental, impact of the community.
Look, here's $25. I want every bag in the whole fucking store. Give me them all, and the rest of you can fucking fend for yourself with a cart and no bags.
Yeah, give me stacks of bags. I've got $50. What will that buy me? $50? Will that buy me 10,000 bags?
Yeah, how many bags you got in here? I'll take them all. Here's $42. I want them all. Fuck the other customers. I want all the bags. Because bags lives matter.
I would do that.
Fuck yeah.
I would do that. Just be a dick. It's
how at 5 cents a piece, how much could it possibly cost to take every bag at a Walmart? $100?
Exactly. That's kind of my point.
You get 20 for $1. Do you think they have more than 2,000 fucking bags?
I'm sure they do.
Take them all.
For $100, I would buy $100 worth of plastic bags
and leave them at the counter.
No, I would roll down the window in my car.
Right.
As I drove down the street, I would just randomly just toss them out the window.
Yeah, just throw them out there.
Yeah. I would just let the wind catch them and let them blow.
That's right.
It's like I'm spending my $100 wisely because I'm not concerned about sea turtles and,
At this point, I want to go to the pet store, buy up all the turtles, throw them in a bag, and throw them out the fucking window. Fuck you and your turtles.
Yeah.
I will happily throw those fucking turtles right out the window and have a fucking 18-wheeler roll it over.
Exactly.
See how strong that shell is. See if that bag helps them any.
Right.
Fuck off with your fucking environmental shit.
Yeah. 5 cents a bag.
Jesus Christ. That's what they're worried about in New York?
Yeah.
Did it cost a goddamn nickel?
Well, we got, Governor Cuomo out there who packed the, rest homes and the nursing homes with COVID patients and killed all those people.
Well, while he's worried about 5-cent bags, why doesn't he fucking regulate sugar-filled gumballs in gum machines? Those are probably a nickel, maybe even a dime. What a dick. This fucking Cuomo's a cunt face.
Well, let's not talk about the the retirement homes and the assisted living centers that he packed, COVID positive patients into and killed all those, all those old people.
Yeah, well, he could have used the bags and saved us a lot of time. He could have still called them COVID deaths and just choked them out with the bags.
Well, let's not do that.
He's got an abundance of them now.
Shh.
Jesus. How about you take a fucking bag with a turtle in it and whack one of these old people in the head? Kill them that way, too.
Right.
Give him old turtle brain.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Oh, sorry. 5-cent fucking bags and he's regulating this shit. Fuck you. What a fucking turd. And not the kind in a paper bag lit on fire either, you fuck. Jesus Christ.
Michelle Obama says that's Black America.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
She has something to say about our turtle problem?
She does.
I see.
Michael Obama speaks up.
Good.
But regardless of that, we're concerned about the environment.
Thank God.
Worried about turtles. We're worried about birds.
Mm-hmm.
They might be breathing in these plastic bags, these one-use plastic bags.
Right.
People are throwing them away.
Mm-hmm.
They're just throwing them out their car window.
Right.
God damn it. So we need to charge them 5 cents for doing that.
Well, that'll teach them. They charge them 5 cents for every bag that they use.
Yeah.
In the course of a whole year, what is that? An extra $3 out of their pocket?
Well, basically.
Holy shit, not the $3 fine.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Well, I shop, unlike you, because you like to do your curbside pickup or delivery.
Sure.
But I actually do go to a grocery store.
Yeah.
They don't charge for the plastic bags.
Yeah.
But even if they did, when I go there on a weekly basis, my plastic bag intake is about 5 bags.
Yeah.
So 5 times 5 is what?
25.
25 cents.
Yeah.
So if I take my groceries home in a plastic bag, it costs me $0.25.
Oh, wow.
I throw them in the recycle bin after I unload them and put them in my refrigerator and my cupboards or whatever it is that I buy.
Yeah.
It costs me 25 cents.
You don't feel bad about that 25 cents of damage you did the environment?
It doesn't bother me at all.
You hurt the environment 25 cents worth, Neeley. Let me just tell you, I used to shop at this store called Save a Lot because it's cheap. It's cheap groceries and it's actually not bad.
Okay.
And when you would get to the end, I think it was $0.25 a bag. You had to buy, they didn't bag anything up. Like you had to bag your own shit up. And you had to, nobody ever had their bags. So you'd literally be in the aisles fucking dumping shit out to take boxes and shit with you.
It's kind of like Aldi.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I get it.
But at least they check. I mean, they sort of put the stuff at least in a box or whatever at Aldi. But Save-A-Lot, they don't do shit. They move it from one cart to another, and then there's a big like what do you call it? Like a table. And you dump all your food on the table and start bagging it up, and it's sticking it in the thing.
Sure.
And it was like 25 cents a bag. I'm going to be honest.
25 cents a bag?
Yeah, $0.25 a bag.
Well, I guess the charge in New York is a lot cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
5 cents a bag.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this. I never once knew how much they charged me for the fucking bags.
All right.
I always just said, give me enough bags to put all this shit in.
So you got 5 or 8 bags or whatever it was.
It could have been 5. It could have been 55. I don't fucking know.
So it was like $1.25, $1.50.
Yeah. And guess what? When they're ringing up $220 worth of fucking groceries or whatever, that extra
$1.50 doesn't really make a big difference.
Yeah. If it's $1.50 or $6, I ain't gonna know either way. I'm not gonna look at that bill and go, wait a minute. This is $226.50. I had it calculated at $219. What is this? Did you fuck me with the bags? course not. You just fucking deal with it. Jesus Christ.
Right.
This is so fucking stupid.
I agree.
God damn.
Well, again, this is a feel-good story. I
feel great.
Well, they're finally doing something about the environment.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. I'm gonna tell you this. There's another one. This isn't bags, but this is fucking straws.
Okay.
I forget where we got food from 2 weeks ago. We got food from somewhere, and they delivered it with a paper straw.
Yeah.
That is unfucking usable.
Yeah, of course, because as soon as it hits the liquid, it becomes mush.
It becomes mush, and as soon as it hits your mouth, it fucking sticks to your goddamn face.
Of course.
It's fucking terrible. I went to take a sip off of whatever the lemonade or whatever I was drinking.
All right.
And it was fucking sticking to my face. I took that motherfucker right out and was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
And then I got fucking paper in my fucking lemonade. Anybody that thinks that a fucking paper straw is good is a fucking idiot.
Well, it's good for the environment because
fuck the environment. We're not going to be here.
Biodegradable.
You're right. Let's get rid of all the plastic so that the earth can last another 8 years or none if a fucking asteroid hits it. Guess what? If an asteroid hits this fucking ball, not a goddamn amount of conservation is going to save it. New York's not going to be less fucking gone because they fucking got rid of the bags. All the bags and the turtles will be melted into nothing. You fucking morons. Enough with the conservation.
Well, I'll tell you a quick story before we take a short break here, but back in 2000, so we're talking 20 years ago.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you now?
50. I'll be 52 next month.
All right. So you're just 22, or I mean 32 rather.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're 32. So I had a job. I only took it for about 6 weeks.
Okay.
I was hauling quote unquote refuse.
Okay.
From the Akron, what do you want to call it? It was basically where all the garbage trucks dump off all their shit.
Okay.
It was a transfer station, is what it was. It's
All
where all the trash trucks come in and they dump off all the stuff that they picked up during the day.
Okay.
So I would haul that stuff down to the landfill.
Right.
And there was a local state regulator, I guess you would call him, that kind of watched the trucks coming in and out of this place.
Right.
And you had to be really careful that you didn't or you made sure that all of the refuse was out of the bed of your truck.
Okay.
Because those plastic bags that we're talking about would stick to the side of the truck.
Right.
And as you were going down the road, if one of them was still stuck in the bed of your truck and it would catch the air as it would.
Right.
And it would blow out of your truck.
Mm-hmm.
They would pull you over and give you a ticket for that. For littering.
Right.
So you could actually get a ticket for one of these plastic bags blowing out of the bed of your truck because it didn't all get into the landfill.
Oh, that's good.
So that was one of the things before you left the landfill, you had to be careful that you didn't have any of those plastic bags
right
on in the side of the truck or something, because if you went down the road and that environmental guy or the Department of Transportation guys saw you blow a bag out of your truck, you could get pulled over and get a ticket for it.
Ridiculous.
That was 20 years ago.
Right.
So that was one of the things we had to be careful about.
Right.
Is that, holy shit, one of those plastic grocery bags blew out of the truck and blew, polluted the environment.
But meanwhile, you could throw a fucking lit cigarette out your fucking window, even though half the goddamn cars leak either gas or oil.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem with that. But that bag, look out.
Yeah.
Idiots.
So I think about that. It's like, holy shit, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're worried about those plastic bags.
Yeah, we are terrified.
Because it's going to end the existence of the world as we know it.
Mm-hmm.
So there you are.
Can't happen soon enough, if you ask me.
Right. All right. I'm going to let you pick a tune.
All right. How about Anger Rising from Jerry Cantrell?
Okay.
That'll be
all right. I think we could do that. Jerry Cantrell, of course, from Alice in Chains.
Right.
And, you know, I think that Jerry Cantrell's solo release was very Alice in Chains like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just another Alice in Chains type. Works for me.
Yeah, it sounded. I remember when that CD came out that it was like, well, what's the difference between this and Alice in Chains?
Yeah, not much. You know what? To accommodate PC in the chat room, I'm going to change up. I still want to hear that song.
Okay.
But before you play that song, I would like to hear Higher by Creed.
Really?
That is a request from PC in the chat room. He wants to hear some Creed. So I think Creed would be, I don't know if it's called Take You Higher or Higher or what, but since they're asking for it in the chat room, I'm happy to give it to them.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I've never been a Creed fan.
Well, this is your time to learn.
Well, I heard the song. I know the song.
You can be like PC in the chat room. Be a Creed fan.
Well, I'll never be a Creed fan, but I'll listen to it. I know the song.
All right, perfect.
I never got them. I know when they were really popular back in the late 90s and the early 2000s, and it was like, yeah, these guys don't resonate with me at all.
Oh, there you go.
But okay, I'll play it.
There we go.
All right. Well, here's Creed, as a band I never thought we would play on the show, but we're going to play it.
Perfect.
So here it is. It's Higher, exclusively here
on your classic metal show.